Hi, I'm Patty and I'm going to show you today how you can wind a bobbin on the Baby Lock Alliance. So the bobbin winder is located on the left side of your machine. And what you'll see here is I've got different sorts of thread up on my thread stand. I have just my regular embroidery thread, and then I also have brought in a spool of finishing touch bobbin thread. So depending on what type of embroidery you're trying to do, you may want to be matching your top and bottom thread, or you may want to just be, maybe you ran out of pre-wounds and you just want to wind your own bobbin thread. So if you're going to be using a smaller spool, this would be a great time to grab out that spool cap. So one of the important things if you're going to be winding a bobbin using the Alliance is that you want to use either one of the two left-sided spool pins to place your thread. You'll notice that on the thread antenna there's a marked path and it all has a circle around it. So just like some of our conventional sewing machines, it also has a different thread path for the bobbin winding. Same thing here on the Alliance. So what I'm going to do is take my thread, twist it upon itself so that I've got a nice pointy edge. I'm going to go through number one, and I want to go from the back of the thread antenna towards the front. And then on number two, I want to go from the front to the back. And then on the pre-tension bobbin disc, I want to take the thread, wrap it around, and then number four of the thread path is right here in front. And from there, I'm going to go directly to the bobbin. So I'm going to place one of my metal bobbins on the bobbin winder. I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to turn it 2 or 3 times around clockwise. And there's a thread cutter right there where I can cut my thread, just give it a little tug. To engage the bobbin winder, I'm going to push this dial, and when I do that, you'll notice now that my screen has a bobbin winder indication so that I can start or stop or adjust the speed of my bobbin winding. So I'm going to lower the speed of my bobbin winding to like a medium speed, and then once I'm ready, I can just press start and it will start winding my bobbin for me. So now that my bobbin is wound, I'm going to need to place the bobbin into my bobbin case. And down here on the free arm of the machine, I'm just going to open the door, and this is a thread picker, and you can just kind of push that down and out of the way. I'm going to grab the latch on the bobbin case and pull out the bobbin case. So while we wound a bobbin with some embroidery thread, what I'm going to insert in the bobbin right now is the paper pre-wound bobbins that come with the machine. And before I do that, what I want to do is I want to find the end of my thread, and I'm going to pull maybe like a yard of thread off of the bobbin. And the reason I'm doing that is because if you saw how nice and tightly wound that bobbin thread was, that means that there was some sizing or something on there that would be holding that onto the bobbin. So what I want to do is I want to just trim that off so that it doesn't complicate or cause any issues as I'm starting to do embroidery. Once I've got that cut off, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to insert my bobbin into the bobbin case. So to insert my bobbin, I'm going to have my bobbin case, but this is going to be the top of my bobbin case. I'm going to take my bobbin and I want to put it in going clockwise. So I like to say having it go in as a 9. So my thread is spooling off and making a tail that looks like a 9. I'm going to insert that into the bobbin case. Then I'm going to follow the thread slit and go take my thread up under the tension spring. And then when I insert the bobbin in, I want to make sure that the top of the bobbin case is up here at the top. I'm going to insert it, make sure that I hear it snap, and then I can go ahead and close my bobbin case area. So you're going to notice that you have the thread tail hanging out of the bobbin case area, and that's okay. You want that to be there so that it's got enough bobbin thread when you start to do embroidery.